Okay, dude, let's go over some stuff. First of all, your manifest, you were missing this, so your app wouldn't build to begin with because you have to have that activity in there. This tells the application where to start, which Java file to load first. So you have to have this in here. And so right now it's main activity because you have a main activity. That's the default. So unless you specifically change it, it's always main activity. And I don't know how you didn't have that in there because Android Studio builds this for you. So you would have had to actually go in there and delete it. So don't do that. Bad. Your strings. I'm going to revert this to what it was before. Okay, so you have these on multiple lines here. So you get this yellow line. Let me blow that up. So you get this on a multi-line here. You don't want to do that because you'll get this type of error, weird line thing, and then you get this light bulb here that's blah blah blah. It's telling you just it's annoyed. So and then you had the word the in there twice too. So yeah, that's a typo. Yeah, typo right here. And then you have this guy right here. So like if I do this, you get this light bulb again. Back down here, and put him on his thing here. And then this guy here will go down and put him all up in one line there. Another one. All right, so now we got that taken care of. So now you won't have any errors in your strings if you do it like that. So next I went to the play fragment. This guy, this is the way it was when it came in. This guy's a mess. First, I want to talk about how you said you use the string resources, but you're getting words like this. This is fine. The Android Studio is just trying to visually show you what it is. If you click on these, it'll just go back to what it was. So don't worry about those. Those are absolutely fine. But your formatting here is a big mess. So with Android Studio, one of the shortcuts is Control Alt L, and it'll reformat your code the best it can. The problem here is your code, it's messy. So I don't know, you have this stuff here going on. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try to, while I'm doing the video, I hate when Android Studio does that. Just put it on one line for crying out loud. Try to do a few things here. So you got these red lines for string, and it's showing Java lang string, string, string. So details address. So you've got something going on with the place class. And so I'll go into that in a second here. Places can't resolve symbol places. You have places here. And okay, so it can't resolve that because there's errors here. Okay, so you have this root view, and it's not picking up root view. Let's do this. Create field, root view, rename reference. This has got error, make on create, return void. On create doesn't usually, let's see here, let me open up mine. Move this so I can take my on create methods just to see. The on create doesn't do anything, so it needs to be void. So I don't know how you got this on create. It should be protected void. Well, this is, oh, never mind. This is a fragment. So let me, my bad. Let me open up one of my old projects with fragments. Let me open up my tour guide app. What did I name it? I'm going to open up my tour guide app and look at the on create view because I don't remember off the top of my head. So give me a second here. Gotta find one of my fragments. Here, let's bring this over. My tour guide app. So I'm just gonna let it build for a minute, and then I'm gonna go in and I'll look at one of my fragments here, and we'll. So I don't remember off the top of my head. Fragment. Public view on create, return view. Okay, yeah, so it's got to return a view. So you're trying to return root view. This view set adapter. Okay, so you don't have your, what do we got going on here? I think we had an extra one of those. Let's see. Okay, so we need that here. All right. Oh, okay, I see. So you've got this stuff here is outside of your on create view. So your problem here is you've got stuff that should be in there outside. So now we'll get a little bit further here. And so now we get rid of this. So you just got to pay attention to where things are at. Android Studio does the formatting for you. So just, let it do its thing. Don't make extra work for yourself. Now let's see what we've got here. So your places, your place class, bump this up. Let's see. Okay, again, we've got formatting all over the place. So let's Control Alt L to auto format things, put them back in line. Let's see. We've got some variables here. You got two constructors. You want these to be in order like this. Keep the shortest one on top. As you go down, make them longer if you're going to override or overload your constructors. I'm not 100% sure if that really matters, but that's just kind of the rule of thumb. Let's see. And so in here you've got string, string, string. So now, let's see. Second here. Oh, I believe these need a context. We're in a fragment. So everything we do, we have to pass context. And I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. Get resources, maybe? Give me a second. Let's do this, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Android string resource fragment. To get string. See, get activity, get string. Let's try this guy. I'm going to build him down here. Get activity dot get string r dot string dot what was that guy? Play one. Yeah, that didn't work either. Why didn't that work? Bear with me. It's always a thing, and I don't remember how to do everything. Problem with mine is I loaded my app through JSON, so it's a formatted just a little bit different. To, yeah, that's how I did mine. Places.add new place. All right, we're going to do try to get resources again. Okay, let's test this. Test, test, test. It wants 3 strings. Let's give it 3 strings. Oh my goodness. What's going on? I'm going to try this again. Okay, but it's still having an issue with this. Oh, because it needs another one of these guys. Okay, so that works. Let's figure this out now. Back to this guy. Not helpful. That's not good. Yeah, context. Thought. All right, let's see. What are we getting? Getting context in here. Second one here, you can just do this. Start testing some stuff. String test equals get. All right, that worked there. So we need to do resources, get system, get string. Okay, so that's how you're going to do it. Resources, get system, get string, R, string, and then the ID. And so that'll take care of the red strings. I didn't have to do that. I don't know why. I think it has to do with context. Each app passes context a little bit different. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you a way to work smarter, not harder. That's the rule. Okay, so on a Windows machine, and so we can see here you've got two of these, one of these, two of these, one of these. Maybe I did that when I copied them. I don't remember, but we'll fix that now. Oh, there. I'm going to move this adapter down. Okay, so on a Windows, I'm on a Windows machine. If you're on a Mac, swap out the control button that I say for the command button, squiggly line button. So you can select more than one thing at a time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this resources, get system, get string, and this open quote parenthesis here, and I'm going to copy it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight place all the way to the .r. On Windows, I can hit Control and J, or nope, Alt J. Alt and J. Now I can select more than one thing at a time. And so now I have three cursors that I can move around and do stuff with. All of these lines follow the same pattern. If you hold in Control and push your arrow right, you can skip the word. Do it again, it'll skip to the parenthesis. Skip again, R, and dot. Now it'll go to string, and so on. I copied from here. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to highlight these. Remember, I copied the resources, get system, get string, and then to the open parenthesis. I'm going to delete, Control V. I'm going to paste those in. I'm going to hold in R. I'm going to go all the way to the end of those, and I'm going to close the parenthesis. We'll worry about that. Oh, I know how to fix that. I accidentally overwrote place by mistake. So all I'm doing is holding in R or Control and pushing the arrow button to skip these words. Next, I'm going to go to this guy, and I'm just going to hit Control V to paste it in. And I'm going to go all the way to the end of that. I'm going to close the parenthesis, over, paste it in, and because of the way it was set up before, it's already closed up. Well, I'm going to push end, go down, and then I'm going to close the parenthesis. And so now, check it out. The file is no longer red. So you're going to need to do this for each of the views, each of the fragments that you have. And remember, you had stuff outside of the onCreate view. That has to be inside the onCreate view. And to get these resources, you need to use resources.getSystem.getString, and then the string. If you don't want it super long and cluttered like this, then you can just set them to string variables. So let's go into another fragment, learn fragment. So we have the same thing here, and you can see it's all your formatting's all mangled, and you've got the same problem where you've got things not in the right place and all that. So you're going to have to do the same thing with this drawable. This right here, except I believe this is get int. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. So let's take a look at getting this one. Might be get drawable. drawable. Format this. R.drawable. Let me see. Go back to Google. Get drawable resource from fragment. Android get resource from fragment. Let's try this guy. Int image resource, get resources, get identifier, r.drawable your image drawable. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll just copy that guy. We're gonna go up here. Int image resource, drawable your image. We'll do this guy. Okay, yeah, that'll work, but we're still having problems because we need to do the whole resource get system get string crap. So yeah, you'll just have to go in there and do that to get these guys. I'm not going to go through it and do it all for you here. And you gotta reformat this code. It's nasty. And I'm seeing this right here. So you've got open quotations in places that they don't need to be. Just general bad formatting. Let me see if that'll fix the auto format. Control Alt L, auto format works. Let's go to explore fragment. It's not as bad. Control Alt L. Got some things in here. Root view might not have been initialized. Root view. Okay, so here you don't have an equal sign. So root view equals. It's right here. I wonder if. Okay, so Control O will bring up a list of all the things you can override. And so then you can just like click on it and it'll automatically make the base method for you. I'm going to look for onCreateView in here. It might not let me do it since it's already on there. I spell it right. Yeah, so it's not going to let me do it because it's already on there. So if I do this, then maybe it'll let me do it now. On view. Yeah, see now it's in there. So now I can click on it and it'll automatically make the method and all that. I mean, that doesn't take care of you like inflating the layout and whatnot. But you know, just so you know that that is there. Let's see. What other shortcuts can I think of while I'm here? Making a new fragment. I don't know how you're doing it, but the best way to do it is to right click, new, go down here to fragment, and then you've got blank list button, blah, blah, blah. Just choose blank. Test frag. Okay, so here you've got, you can create an XML layout. And it'll automatically create the layout file for you. With this one would be testfrag.xml layout or something. Oh, here it is right here, fragment test. You can include factory methods and interface callbacks. What this does is adds tons and tons and tons of the methods that you can use inside of a fragment. And if you do that, you'll get this big list here. And no, I don't want to add you. Okay, so by doing that, you're adding in all these methods here. It looks like really big. But if you look through here, you've got on create view, and it automatically adds the inflator for that layout there. And let's see if I don't remember if it does it on a fragment, but I believe it does. So we'll delete this test guy. Delete anyway, I don't care. It's just throwing a thing about the layout not having the right. I deleted the fragment, so hey, this layout uses that fragment. I'll delete that guy too. Okay, so if I go to file, or no, not file, right click, new, fragment, blank, and then we get rid of this stuff, hit finish. Yeah, so you'll get, without all that extra junk, you get your empty constructor, and you'll automatically get this return statement. So you can just do delete this, and then blah, blah equals this, return, blah, blah. But of course you have to give this, out or whatever. View, yeah, has to be view. Duh. Been a long day. So view, blah, 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 blah. So then you can go in and you can do all your stuff, and you can't, it's that way you don't, mess stuff up. Anyway, so I don't know if any of those extra tips are useful, but yeah. So that's what you need to do to fix all your stuff. You got to go in, you got to fix your formatting. You got to add this to get your resources for the strings. Make sure everything that needs to be in the onCreate view is in the onCreate view. Try to pay attention to your brackets. You had too many. This one seems okay, other than you need to use the get resources stuff here. Double check your adapters. So you've got some issues in here. So this is using, it might just be this. So again, this is just formatting. List view, convert view, list view, list item. Let's go to list item. Move this over so we can see. And it is looking for place visit underscore text view. And yeah, you don't have those IDs in here, so you're going to need to go in and add those IDs in here. Like, well, there's an ID learn. Text container. Okay, yeah, so I just missed them. But yes, like this ID doesn't exist. Yeah, so you'll need to go in and you'll need to make sure whichever one of these you're trying to hit has the proper ID. This invalid parameter for linear layout. Okay, so you're using a linear layout, but you have relative layout stuff in here, so you need to get rid of all this layout, line parent top, layout below, all this stuff, because you're using a linear layout, not a relative layout. So that's going to cause you problems. Also, you're nesting a linear layout inside of a linear layout. That's gonna be a performance hit. So you might want to rethink what you're doing here with your layouts. Either let's see. So you can do a relative layout up here instead, or you can do a relative layout in here. You could totally get rid of all of this and use constraint layouts. Is probably your best option if you're not familiar with constraint layouts. Just don't bother right now. You've got too much on your plate with it as it is. So I just wouldn't recommend nesting linear layouts because it's gonna be a performance hit. On this application, it's not gonna really matter, but if you do bigger stuff, then it's gonna matter. So think about your layout here and ways you could possibly change it up. The way it looks to me, you have this guy here is horizontal, so you've got an image view and then text on the side, which is what you want to do. And this is, and I guess this is fine for what you're doing. But if you're going to get any more complicated with it, if you're going to nest anything else, you're going to want to start switching this up from these two different types of layouts, because this is going to kind of drag the app down. But like I said, for this, it's not going to matter. Your reviewer might say something, but I don't think they're going to fail you for it. All right, that's all I got.